Hello friends, in this video we will discuss about nature of assessment. The objective of this learning unit are, after the completion of this unit, learners will be able to discuss assessment for learning, assessment as learning, and discuss assessment of learning. Assessment serves to promote learning by reinforcing the efficacy of teaching learning when teachers can customize their teaching plans through relevant information on students' interests, abilities, and learning progress with constant involvement and inputs from students. It aims to accomplish the goal where children develop the skills and abilities to move on the path of self-learning and awareness. Mainly, there are three major purposes of assessment. Assessment for learning, assessment as learning, and assessment of learning. Let us discuss in details. What is assessment for learning? It occurs during the teaching learning process rather than after the teaching learning process, as it has its primary focus on the ongoing improvement of learning for all students. The major points are: assessment is school-based and integral to teaching learning process. It is multiple evidence-based, assessing learning progress holistically, sensitive to individual learning needs, serves to observe changes in learning progress over time, helps teacher review and modify the teaching learning process. It helps to address the learning gaps. So assessment for learning is mainly formative in nature. It happens during learning. It collects a wide range of data. It is diagnostic in nature. It gives opportunity for intervention. It tracks the progress of the child. It is qualitative in nature. Assessment as learning. Assessment as learning builds capacity of students to observe new ideas and place them in large contexts, evaluate their own and their peers' work against well-defined criteria for learning outcomes. This helps students build skills for learning in their lives. Assessment as learning helps imbibe skills of learning to learn and lifelong learning among the children. The major points are: it is collaborative and participatory approach, helps children seek resources of knowledge, building skills of learning to learn among the children. The criteria are self-assessment, self-monitoring, peer assessment, empowerment of student, learning to learn, and lifelong learning. Now let us know what is assessment of learning. This is to benchmark students' learning against criteria which are based on subject-specific learning outcomes identified as per the curricular aims and objectives. To make it authentic, it needs to be based on evidence collected using multiple ways of assessment such as paper pencil test, oral test, performance of tasks, experiments, project work, etc. The major points are: criteria-based comprehensive assessment, multiple evidence-based assessment, reporting without labeling or comparing the children, sharing learning progress with the stakeholders. It is summative in nature, it is quantitative in nature, it assesses generally the cognitive domain. To benchmark students' learning, we are using assessment of learning. It is teacher controlled and it is the oldest form of assessment. Friends, we discussed three major purposes of assessment, that is assessment for learning, which happens during the teaching learning process. Assessment as learning, it helps students build skills for learning in their lives. Assessment of learning, this is to benchmark students' learning. Thank you friends for watching this video. In the next video, we will discuss about the difference between measurement, assessment and evaluation. Thank you.